Welcome back. Let's look at the week of November 28th to December 4th. Seven card. It really looks like it's swirling clockwise. That's really dope. Okay. Anyway, so we're looking at the need to replenish, call in fresh, new energy. And the message looks like everybody's coming in pretty much feeling that. You're feeling kind of talked out, kind of heavy, um, kind of irritable, maybe. Um, just not in the best place. And that leads you to finally a surrender kind of energy. Possibly also a withdrawal and a surrender, but it's like I've tried everything. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what you want me to say. That kind of place where you're just like, all right, I give. I got nothing. And then from that place, you're able to calm down and be still long enough that you finally get your moment of clarity. And it comes with inspiration, it comes with um, like that final piece clicking into place kind of energy. And honestly, it looks like the piece of finally finding that and finally understanding what it all was, it gives you space to finally just rest. And I feel like that's a really smart place to go. It's like what I've talked about before when you've got that little baby seed planted of a new idea and you don't really know how to put it into words yet, and you're not really sure about any of the logistics or any of the hows. You just have this little idea that's like, wouldn't it be dope? You know, that it's important to just kind of protect it and keep it sacred for a while until it starts to form and grow a little stronger and bigger energetically, until you're able to feed more energy into it and make it stronger, make your belief around it stronger, and create give it a resonance, give it its own vibration, so that it's not as easily destroyed and shakeable and susceptible to other people's doubt and other people's experiences and negativity, right? So that's kind of overall, that's what I'm seeing happen for this week. It's a need to stop taking in information from all the other outside sources and places that it's been coming in through for at least 2 weeks now. Either you're researching or you're asking people, you're taking polls, or the information is just coming in and you're feeling inundated with it. You're getting a pause in all of that. And it gives you the stillness and the clarity necessary to just kind of check in and be like, okay, that was a lot. How am I feeling now? What do I think about this whole thing now? I had stuff that pulled me this way. I had stuff that pulled me that way. I had stuff that made me want to give up. I had stuff that made me want to just push through it until this all passes over. And now, where am I at after all that? And if you come into it with that kind of energy instead of the defeat, then that surrender, I feel like energetically, vibrationally, you won't be that far away. So that when that message starts coming in, you pick up on it and you're off and running, as opposed to dipping down so low that you then have to pull yourself back up before you can get into the vicinity of the vibration of the lesson of the new fresh energy coming in before you can actually receive it. But either way is fine. Both happen. They happen to all of us. We're human. All right. So I'm going to start with my generators. Ooh, generators are looking at some self-love type of energy. You're looking at the need to perfect the form, the base of something, the core of it. There's something, say for instance, this has all been centered around a project at work, right? And it's been not working for reasons unknown to you. You are going to kind of find that underlying foundational flaw that helps you to realize whether or not this can be perfected. What to fix about it, how to fix it, that kind of thing. Right now, the block in seeing that is that it's a foundational thing that happened before you got added to the project. And it's in that area of, this is how it's always been done, this is how we've always done it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, blah blah blah, right? And it's time for you to come in and tell another story. You're going to see it from a perspective that hasn't been seen yet. And this week is going to be an opportunity to word it or put it to them in a way that hasn't been said, or, point out something that has yet to be discovered. Like, oh, well, if we were building this with wood, then maybe blah, 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 and then people will be able to think, oh, well, wood wasn't an option before because blah, 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 but now it is, and that's actually a better option, that kind of thing. Generally, that's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing another story about having been told something about yourself. Maybe in your upbringing, you were taught that you had a big head, or you were too clumsy, or you were too slow, or something to that effect, right? And either it never was true or it's no longer true. And because you've been living with that story, living with that in your mind, in your head, now it's time to take a look at an actual up-to-date, right now, today mirror and realize, hey, wait a minute, my head ain't that bad. And put on a new hat. Buy a new hat. Get into a new place, a new identity with that, and really try it on and enjoy it and see what it's like to live in that new definition of yourself. Maybe it was generational. Our family doesn't, blah, blah, blah. Our people don't, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, but I'm called to this and it's really dope. I really want to do this thing. It's time to explore it anyway, even though it's something that, traditionally people in your lineage or in your family have not dabbled in that because of, other reasons that may or may not exist anymore. Okay, so now let's look at the manifesting generators. Oh, we're in the nurturing energy. Okay. All right. And I'm feeling it more as being self nurturing, realizing that the thing that you're missing and that you need is something that you've been noticing somebody else missing and needing, and you've been wanting to help and provide that for them. But the reason why it's not taking, the reason why they don't realize they need it, the reason why it doesn't work or whatever is because you don't actually have that to give because you have not been giving it to yourself. And the block there, looks like mom energy. It's nurturing and love and support that you're just not adept in because you haven't had the practice in it, and it hasn't been properly modeled for you because you didn't get that growing up. And this, oh my goodness, seeing beyond. It's like a realization that beyond your upbringing, you still have a connection to loving energy, to being able to see what's needed, what's there for you, what you can offer, what the other person's needing, what they can offer, that kind of thing. That's really interesting. It's about breaking a pattern, basically. Getting the bigger perspective, the bigger picture, and realizing that it's more important. It's bigger than that. It goes beyond that. You know, you can outgrow being that definition of yourself, that person. All right, for manifestors, either somebody is provoking you to a realization, or you're provoking somebody else and get a realization yourself through the process of that. Your block is Ten of Swords reversed. So you feel like you're being provoked by someone else. And your solution is to get grounded. Grounding meditation. And also to ground your perception of the situation. You're needing a third party unbiased perspective to help you understand what's happening here, because it's in your blind spot, and that's why you're feeling so triggered, so provoked. There's something coming up there that you've been keeping down intentionally because you don't want to look at it, and because you've been refusing to look at it, you have no idea what it is. So honestly, even if it was to pull up a chair and sit right next to you, you wouldn't recognize it. You need a third party to come in and ask you questions. Why are you doing it this way? Why is it important that it's done that way? Why is it important that this person does it that way? You know, in order to kind of help you to shift a little bit so that you can see around your block, see your blind spot. All right. Or see the absence of something where your blind spot is and realize, yes, that is a blind spot. And then you can trust that other person to tell you what's in the blind spot because you can't see it. Whatever. Okay, projectors. Ooh, projectors got a luck gate. Gate 14. I like how it felt to turn that over. It's like a situation where you've really expected everything to flop and not go well, and it's just because of your general momentum and your general energy around the subject, but you're not the only one that's contributing energy to it, and there's enough positive energy coming in to counteract your own negativity, and boop, it's a surprise of something positive coming out. And that brings you a more solid footing, projector. It's like it restores your faith in humanity and your faith in the possibility that good positive things can happen, especially when you've got a team, when you've got help on your side. You got a sacral gate, and it's, I don't know, it looks kind of romantic to me. Maybe it's somebody that you're interested in that helps you have that surprise moment. Maybe somebody literally brings you a happy surprise. I like that. I hope it's that. All right, and then our reflectors again with this elephant card, the 26th, the greater good energy. Nobody has the connecting gate. It was activated for a long time last week, however. So maybe you guys are contributing to some motivational ego energy for your collective or your tribe right now. Yeah, that's that world card again. All right. Into me, I see. Wow. I love that. I love how the reflector reading always kind of ties everything up in a bow. um, yeah. It's a realization, an epiphany, a moment of realizing that even though it hasn't worked, it still could. Whatever it is. Even though it hasn't worked, it still could. You know, we just were missing the tent to go on the right to balance everything out so that the tent on the left doesn't get blown away by the wind. You know, logistical stuff like that. Not necessarily talking about love, but there might be somebody out there that applies to. I really think that it's more a realization about yourself and energy that you have been blocking because you feel like that door always leads to XYZ. And it doesn't necessarily have to work out that way. And that's what your surprise or your provocation or your time alone is there to help you to realize this week. That is awesome. It definitely feels a little lighter, a little more focused, a little clearer than what we've been doing for the weeks past. And it's got me pretty optimistic about December. Tell me what you guys think. I look forward to reading your comments. Bye now.